All right, we're starting our second pre-fishing day here on Chowan River. So you got a beautiful morning. We're up the river today. We by that bridge there. I think it was 13 maybe, something like that. We're gonna jump into the boat, gonna make a little hop. We're gonna get launched here, get this bass cat in the water, see what we can figure out. We're gonna do a lot of idling today, no fishing. Let's see what we can find. I'll show you some stuff on the graph. Hopefully we can find some good stuff for when we come back here in June. Looking forward to it. I'll see you out there. Making my way up one of these little creeks here. 16 foot deep in this sucker. Pretty impressive. Mud Creek, that's the one I'm in. Up the Chowan. Kind of working my way back in here. Just kind of marking any little thing I see. There's a ton of wood out in here, which makes sense if you look up. A lot of old cypress trees, a lot of branches that are dead to fall in. It's littered with it though. Not seeing much bait this time of year in here, but there's some fish around. You can see a couple dots a little here and there. I'm gonna go back a little further. You gotta be careful, a lot of stuff sticking out. You don't wanna whack that. I'll idle in and out of these just to be safe, but gonna keep going, see what happens. Just try to mark everything I can. Hopefully then when I get back, if I have enough this little log jam things marked, or whether they're in those pads, be able to put it together a little pattern and fish it out, see what happens. Been out here for about 2 hours now. Seen some good stuff. Oh, look at that. There's a little brush pile looking spot. We got this really old dock right here. I don't know. What do we think? Gonna hold a fish next year? We'll find out. Oh, there you go. Mermaid. You don't get to see mermaids every day. Oh my. Good stuff. Gotta get them nice and clean, that way we can see what we're looking at. I'm gonna show you some stuff here now as we're idling up this little creek. Get us back into business. So there you can see we got a bunch of lay down wood. It's like a log jam that's out off the bank. We're gonna keep working our way up. We're in this little secondary creek coming off the Chowan. As we work our way up, we'll see some more things. This is the new HDS Live Pro. I'm running this with the Active Imaging HD. That's the new one, so it comes in, we got 1075 kilohertz and 1200 chirp, so it's very, very detailed. Here we go. Got a bunch of little dots out there, probably catfish or something. You can see them on the 2D then as well. Kind of work our way up this, so I'm going to show you a little bit. Right here, these edge, so this is the bank. These are all the pads that are on the edge of it. And what I'm looking for is just kind of little keys. It could be pads. And if I can find one that has like a lay down or something in there, something that's a little different, that's good. Like, so here you can see some wood. So the wood's coming right up and kind of butts up to those pad edge. That's very helpful to know. That's something you can put a waypoint down, stuff like that. Little key spots is something that might hold a fish. Just makes it valuable. I haven't set it on 60 foot out. Sometimes I'll set it out a little bit further to 80. Detail's not quite as great, but still pretty good. That's because we're in shallow water. We're only in 7-8 foot of water. Right there, you can see that was a stump out there. We're getting close to the bank now. There's another lily pad patch. And these pads here, they're starting to die. They're dying off. You can see a couple at the surface still, but we're here in October, so it's on its way out. that's just kind of what's going on now. That everything, you even see the cypress trees, they're starting to get their leaves are browning up. Those needles are going to fall off here soon. When we come back here in June, they'll be ready to go again. They'll be green. Pads will be up and full. It'll be interesting to see what it is. If it's a swim jig, frog, buzz frog, like buzz toad, whatever you want to call it, horny toad, any of that sort of deal. Like I could see that really playing. But then you can see these edges too. They got some cane on them. Like you might be able to throw up around them. It's definitely gonna be an interesting place. Here you got it again. So pads coming off. You can see there's a high spot right there. With some wood on it. Keep going down it. We'll keep looking. Hopefully we come across something else. Up in front of us, we got that nice little point that has the cypress trees on it. So we'll go by that too. I'll show you what that looks like. And then we'll get out on the main river and show you some cypress trees that are giant. And they got a bunch of old stumps around them and all that. So I'm just kind of trying to learn how this place sets up. This is the second day I've been down here, kind of seeing a lot of stuff that's at least teaching me what it looks like, how it sets up, where it's at. I mark all that. There's a nice lay down in those pads. That's something that we'll just throw a mark down there. I'm not sure why my river is not on it. That's been goofy. Can't explain it. So there's those cypress trees, and you'll see them. So see how these is pads, and then you see these harder spots here. That's all cypress trees. So you can see sometimes there'll be a lay down in between them, piece of wood, stuff that maybe sticks out and is a little bit different. Here you can see the pads starting again right after those cypress trees, which is accurate. It helps to see, visualizing it and seeing it. Really makes a big difference. Some more big cypress here. Watch out when you go up these creeks. There's a lot of wood that sticks out in them. But kind of a little overview. I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out to the main part in a little bit, and I'll show you some more stuff. There goes a heron flying by. But pretty place. We're going to keep working. Just gotta keep going. 2 days of this, no fishing. I'm gonna be ready to make a cast when I get home, but it's the I guess work part of my job. I have to put the time in, figure out how it's all gonna lay out, and then I'll be ready to go come June when the MLF Bass Pro Tour comes here. So stay tuned. I'll show you some more stuff coming up in a little bit. Alright, you gotta bear with me with the shadows here, but right there, that's one of those stumps. You can see that one's about a little over 2 foot. But this guy, what I'm looking for, I want to find those off the bank stumps, that sort of stuff. You can see it here on the 2D. I'm just kind of working my way around this edge where you can see there's just lots of cypress trees. I'm trying to see if there's any of those stumps out off the bank. That's good. Like that's stuff that those fish could get on. Something a little bit different. I don't honestly know if they use it here at the Chowan, but we're gonna find out come June. That's kind of some stuff I've been doing a lot of, just idling around looking for those sections. I figure if I can find some things that are a little bit different, a little off the wall, maybe those fish will set up on it, and that's kind of how I'm approaching this week. Getting ready. So like there's you can see a bunch of wood out there. And I use different symbols depending on what I'm looking at. So like here you can see like that one was a cypress tree that we went by, but there's a lay down in front of it, so I'll actually hit that. Go to my tree button. Green for me is a lay down. I'll mark a couple of those, but that looks like a good one there. For me then, if I use a different symbol, oops, hang on. Hit the wrong button. You gotta get more options, and then you can change it. So blue I use as a brush pile, red I use as stumps, and gray I've been using as like cypress trees that are out of the water or something different about them. So that's kind of how I've been going about it. Here you can see we're about to go across 2 different cypress trees. I want to show you once we do what they look like on your SideScanning. So here you can see them. They come all the way to the surface because they're sticking out of the water, obviously, and then you get that really big shadow from it. Then you got this other little smaller one right there that is not there. So you see there was those 2 trees, and then we got that last one too. That's just an old dead cypress tree stump. So I'll go back, and that'd be one I'd, like we were talking about just a second ago. I'll go there, more options, and I'm gonna go red. That way I know it's a little stump. Hit save. Oh, I actually made it purple, but that's all right. There's another cypress tree, another one. Some areas it'll be just completely covered the bottom in old trees. And I don't know if they cut them down or if it's just from storms that came through and just blew them all over. It's interesting. That's something that's good to know, because I got a couple areas that have it like that, and I'm gonna check that when I come back and practice. Whether I run like an MR6 around it, just kind of crank it, deflect it in a square bill, any of that stuff, or maybe I just take a spinner bead. I don't know. I'm gonna have to play with it, but at least this pre-fishing here, it's gonna help me find some of those areas and try to come up with a game plan quicker when I start practice for the Bass Pro Tour here. But we're gonna keep working our way. There's another cypress tree you can see, which was that guy. He's got a cool overhangs a little bit, but it's really, really neat looking fishery. A lot of the same. I don't know how we're going to determine which ones are the best sections, but that's what practice is for. And this is just kind of a scouting trip to figure out what looks like what. If we can find a couple areas that look similar, whether it's maybe an outside channel swing that's got cypress that stick out further, maybe the ones that are tighter to the bank, some of them have pads, all that's going to come into play. But here you can see a lot of wood. There's a whole cypress stump, there's big laydowns, other cypress, some more laydowns. We started to talk about earlier some of the settings, but I have it on the 1075 chirp. My contrast I have at 77%. You see if you brighten that up, hit it higher, it starts to wash out. So that's where, right there, I like that 76, 75, 77, somewhere in there. For this place, seems like it's a good setting. Color palette 9 is what we're running on, 80 foot out. I have the transducer on the right way, so you don't have to flip it. Some people you have to, just depending on how your system's set up. Here you see the 1200. My contrast is +3. If you go back down, you can run it on auto, but I like to bump it up a little bit. It makes this fish, when you get marks like that, stand out a little bit better. Again, that one's on auto. That's so it adjusts with the bottom as it keeps changing. Here you can see we got 3 good stumps. And out there, there's nothing. You can see that one maybe sticking out. But that's good. Like, that's the sort of thing I want to drop. I'll usually drop a waypoint on like 3 of them there, just so I have that little edge. I can make a cast and go across 2 of them at a time. Let me get that set up. But that's kind of what I'm doing. That's the name of the game this week. Idling the Chowan, seeing what we can find. All right, we're wrapping up practice here, or to say pre-practice. Did a lot of scouting, covered a lot of water today. We went, let's see how much we covered. So Lowrance have an option, gives you your tide, then you can hit trip. We did 50 miles today. Yesterday I burnt 30 gallons, so that's probably another 100 and, what would that be, 30 times 3? It's about 90 miles I did yesterday, so been covering some water. I think I saw plenty to get me started. It's going to fish, I think, a little bit shallower than some of the fisheries we go to, where doing all the side scanning offshore is going to be the bigger player or most important thing. But it's definitely going to be helpful. Like, I'm very happy I came down here. Get me a level of comfortability with the lake. Just never being here before, it's always a good thing. But now it's time to go get the truck, head back to Pennsylvania. We're gonna go down to Sandy Cooper in probably about a month or so. I got the Toyota Series Championship between now and then. And I don't know what else I got. I got Toledo Bend I'm gonna go down to as well sometime in December. So I'm gonna kind of hit the majority of the lakes I haven't been to. So stay tuned. I'll do more of these if you like it. Make sure you let me know if you like it. If it's boring, which maybe it is because I'm not actually fishing, but I'll try to throw in some Lowrance tips each time we do it. something about the boat. Maybe next time we'll do favorite boat snacks. I don't know, something to keep you guys interested. If you do me a favor, please like it and subscribe. That helps grow the channel, keeps me fishing, and keeps me doing more of these videos. All right, we'll talk to you again soon. See ya.